Hi, my name is Wesley Jennings. I'm a staff archaeologist with the Jamestown Rediscovery Foundation, and I'm here with you on the south side of the 1906 Memorial Church. We're revisiting one of our excavations into the Builder's Trench and foundation of the 17th century brick churches. In the summer of 2018, we excavated inside of the church. Looking at the foundation from the inside, we noticed that there were two different kinds of mortar, meaning that the foundation of the church had been constructed in two different phases. We wanted to continue that examination from the outside as well. On the outside of the church, we could clearly see these two different kinds of mortar. On the eastern side, we have a very solid white-gray mortar, and on the western side, we have a very sandy, brittle brown mortar, and they're both shell-tempered as well. Construction of the church began in 1639. But at some point they ran out of funds and they had to fundraise in order to finish the church in 1647 with that different type of brickwork and brown mortar. We think that loss of funding may be from a crash in the price of tobacco. You can clearly see in front of me, right below the 1906 Memorial Church, we had the original 17th century brick foundations. So here we have that split in the mortar where the end of the 1639 construction is and the beginning of the 1647 construction, denoted by the change from this white mortar and into this brown mortar here. Now, normally when we excavate a feature, we excavate the feature itself. So that feature in question that we're interested in is this Builder's Trench. However, we wanted to have a better view of it from outside in order to get a better view of the profile of the feature. So we excavated the surrounding dirt next to it, the natural soil, in order to get that better profile view. We have done this method of excavation before in the past. What comes to mind is the excavation of the 1607 palisade wall. We used this method in order to better examine the posts for that palisade wall so that we could see the shape of them and what those wooden beams would have looked like. A builder's trench is an excavation the colonists had made in order to create the foundation of the church. And if you want to lay bricks down for a foundation, you need to have room to work. So they would dig out a trench wider than what they actually needed for that foundation. And that would give them room to not only lay the bricks down, but also to apply the mortar. They would then fill in that trench with dirt, and this is what we call the builder's trench, and what you can see today. And any artifacts that we find inside of that builder's trench can help us date the time that the building was constructed. In addition to the builder's trench and the 17th century brick foundation, we found other features in this unit as well. For example, we have a burial right in front of me here being cut by this 1906 concrete buttress, and another possible burial in front of that. We're going to continue excavating the builder's trench here, and hopefully we'll find datable artifacts that we can use to better understand the construction of the brick churches. So stay tuned to learn more.